We're coming to you today with a new series that we're doing on our Facebook page on weight loss or reaching your ideal weight. A lot of people, when they start a new year, they say, man, I want to get to that ideal weight, or maybe I've overindulged a little bit during the Christmas holidays. You went to the parties and you had the family over and you sat down and ate a great meal and watched the ball game and had snacks. Well, a lot of times, first of the year, people want to reach that ideal weight. Most of the time, or a great amount of the time, when you hear about losing weight, people want to do it so they look good. So in the springtime, they can get in that bathing suit, or they can go on that cruise or go to the beach, and they want to do it because they want to get looking good for the new year. Now, and that's all right. That's all right to do that. But today, when we start our series on weight loss, where we're going to go through why you might want to reach your ideal weight, developing an awareness, and then even putting a plan together how to get there. Today we'll talk about the reasons that I think are that it's important to reach your ideal weight. And I wrote up here, ideal or best weight equals your best health. And I put your again because we're going to talk about your weight, not somebody else's. And I wrote down 6 or 7 different reasons right here that it's important to reach your ideal weight. I didn't put looking good as the top one. In fact, it probably should be lower than 3. The biggest reason that I see as far as reaching your ideal weight or your best possible weight is because that's when most of us also reach our best possible health. And when I talk about best possible health, I mean when you're at your ideal weight, you have less maladies. Your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your bad knees, your bad back. When you're at your ideal weight, physically, you're at your best. I find when I'm at or near my ideal weight, my attitude is very, very good when I'm at it. Again, if you want to look good to get in that bathing suit, that's a good reason. Performance. Before I did any of this, I played and taught tennis professionally. For those athletes out there, being at your ideal weight is extremely important as far as your physical performance. Now, if that's to perform athletically, that's great. If that's to watch the grandkids, if that's to split wood in the backyard, if that's to just do the stuff that you do on a normal basis, as far as physical performance, being at your ideal weight is important. A few years ago, after I'd retired from teaching and playing tennis professionally, I was still eating about as much as I did when I practiced all the time. I gained a few pounds. One of the reasons that I have now got back very close to my playing weight is that one day I was tying my shoes. I bent over to tie my shoes, and as I came back from tying my shoes, I was out of breath. I've found out that my breathing is better when I'm near my ideal weight. And then finally, recovery. Even if you're not competing professionally, you may be driving across the country with your family, you might be working in the garden, you might be out playing golf, you might be watching those grandkids. I've found, if I'm at my ideal weight, that I recover faster. The next day I'm not just totally wore out. And finally, a reason that I believe that you should reach your ideal or best possible weight is so you can be your best. In fact, there's a verse in the Bible that says, our body, the thing that we've been given for a few years here, our earth suit, is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And we should treat it like a temple. So I feel like being at your best possible weight and your best possible health, you're doing it for you, but you're also doing it to say, hey, here's this temple and I want to treat it well, and while I have it here on earth, treat it right. So we're going to be going through these things. We're going to do a whole series on reaching your ideal weight, which is your best possible health. And as we start that series, we'll do this video today. Tomorrow, we'll put one out talking about awareness, knowing where you are. And then the next day, we'll have a plan to do it. After that, we'll have about a dozen different things you can do in that plan that'll help to reach that ideal weight. Not diet, but help to reach that ideal weight. So the next one will be about awareness, and you'll see on that video, you'll have some tools that you can use to develop an awareness. But first of all, you want to know where you are in terms of your ideal weight. Well, I'm 20 pounds heavier than I want to be, or whatever it might be. All right? Number 2, and we'll talk more specifically about this on the third video, we'll figure out where you want to go, where your best ideal weight is. And then, as we go through about a dozen different videos on the ways that we can do this and the things that we can do to reach our ideal weight, we'll basically show you how to get there. So if this is where you are, and that's where you want to go, the blue dot, then we'll get you a line where you can get there. So for today, again, the biggest reason that I feel like reaching your ideal weight is so important is when you reach your ideal weight, for most of us, we're at our very, very best possible health.